Hi, and welcome to MHS4052 Human Relations Skills in Counseling, the online section in fall of 2014. I am really excited to welcome you to this course and to share what we're going to do in the course of this semester. It's going to be a really great experience. It has been a wonderful experience every time I've taught it, and I've taught it in the classroom and online. So this is just one of those courses that stays with you for a really long time. I've had students email me many semesters after they took the course with me and told me that they still have their book and they still refer to it, and the impact that this course has had on them and their relationships and their families and their interactions and even their interactions with coworkers in their future jobs after they graduate. So I really anticipate this is going to be a really rewarding journey that we take together, so I'm really looking forward to it. I don't want to take a whole bunch of your time. I'm going to aim for 15 minutes, but I wanted to quickly go over the syllabus and just kind of make sure that there are some things that I explain and that you hear directly from me instead of just trying to interpret it on your own. So let's go ahead and begin with that. Obviously, you can read the bulk of it, but I'm going to hit the highlights. So you can see on here my emergency contact phone and email are on there. You're more than welcome to also, if you need me to answer a question or you have a concern, you can go ahead and post on the question forum in the discussion board on Canvas as well. And then that way other students can benefit from that question and response as well. But you're more than welcome to email me too. I will check once a day, both the discussion forum and my email. So if you email me in the morning, I might be online and respond right away. It may take until later that evening. So please just be patient. If you don't hear back from me right away, I am diligent about checking every single day. So sometimes it might be in the evening, but you will get a reply. I also wanted to make you aware that this semester I'm going to offer a Google Hangout time during the evenings, 9 to 10 p.m. And if you want to arrange that with me, then we could actually chat via video and it would save the back and forth posting or emailing. So sometimes that's preferable, and if you would like to do that, just let me know and we can arrange that as well. Alrighty, the required text. I'm sure most of you know that we've had some challenges already as the semester has begun. So this book is now out of print, but that's good news for you really, because that means you'll be able to only purchase used copies and it will save you a lot of money. And I know textbooks are expensive, so at least in this course I'm happy to say you can have a little bit of a break on the cost of that. The bookstore right by campus, I know the campus bookstore does not have any, but Gray's bookstore right by campus, Tampa campus, has 10 copies and they will be there Wednesday or Thursday of this week. So if you live close to campus, you are more than welcome to go there. The manager told me they'll be available for rent or for purchase. So even if you wanted to rent it, I mean, I recommend buying it because it's a book worth keeping. But you can rent it or buy it from the bookstore. And then at last check, there were about 40 used copies on Amazon, as cheap as like 11 bucks plus shipping. So I think that you will be happy to bear the benefit of a used book this semester. Okay, course objectives, you can read those. Course policies, you can read those. The only thing I want to note on the policies is the late policy. A lot of students who struggled with this course, one of the reasons for that was that they did not post on time. So our weeks run Monday through Sunday evening at midnight. So this week, we started classes on the 25th. You will have until this Sunday midnight to complete Chapter 1 and do that post. Although I clarify that this week you have to post by Thursday night so I can get first week attendance. But normally you would have till Sunday night. So ideally you would post at the beginning of the week, because they are due technically at the beginning of the week, but you do have the entire week to complete that post. So if you are late, it'll be 10% for one day, 20% for 2 days, and then 5% each additional day. So, you know, if you're 4 days late, if you don't post until the following Wednesday or Thursday, you can see how 30% off that post can be a pretty significant chunk. So just please try to post at the beginning of the week, and then you won't be down to the wire on Sunday nights and trying to get all of it done before that midnight deadline. Alright, so the performance and criteria, this is basically just briefly explaining what each element of the course is going to be. So participation is going to be really important. Obviously, it's a communication course. You have to have interaction. You have to have communication experiences to practice those skills and to learn from that. So when it's an online course, the way that I can create that is to make sure that you're posting each and every week. So by nature of your post, you earn participation points. That's not graded, so it's not like the better you participate, the more points you earn. Just by posting each and every week, you will earn those participation points. So please make sure that you don't miss weeks, because then you don't earn your reflection points or your participation points. Reflection journal, this is going to be your weekly post. And there are really two components to it. The first is the reflective part. So you're going to think about what you read, what you heard, what you learned this week, whatever that chapter is. And then really just, do you have questions? Are there thoughts that still remain in your mind? What conclusions did you draw? What did you learn? What surprised you? Those types of questions. And then you will also, in that same post the required activities that come directly from the lecture each week. And so basically you're going to put week 1, your name, as the title of your post, and then you'll answer the reflection questions as well as include the activities, and that will be what's required of you each week. And at the beginning of each lecture video, you will see the list of deliverables for the week, so it will be very easy and clear what you need to do for each week. And so if you just follow that list of deliverables, you will have everything that you need to for those, and that's worth 200 points. And so each week you earn points toward that 200 point total. Communication essay is one of your major assignments for the course this semester. You are going to choose a communication interaction or experience that you've had. It could have been very recently, it could have been a long time ago, but something that stood out to you as a communication exchange that you want to analyze and process and assess. And this is going to be completed later in the semester, so you've already had a chance to grow and develop and learn some of those skills and implement some of those tools. And so it will really be helpful to analyze it with that new understanding of communication and what effective communication is, and also, of course, what ineffective communication is. And so you'll reflect on that experience and just kind of go through the questions that I provide later in the syllabus. We'll look at those. 2 to 3 pages typed, give or take. And as a related aside, I'm asking that you please be very choosy with what you decide to use as your experience. I really don't want a fight between you and a roommate, a fight between you and a boyfriend or a girlfriend, a brawl at a bar, a fight at a club. Please be purposeful in the experience that you choose. Not only do I not really want to know about all of that, but secondly, I want it to be a meaningful experience, a significant experience that there's substance to, and that you can really dig in deep and analyze and process and critique and those types of things. So just please be a little purposeful in how you go about choosing which one that is. The midterm and the final, there is no midterm, so that's good news. The final is comprehensive. It will go over the material for the entire course, and it will include multiple choice short answer essays. I don't know if there are true or false in there or not. I don't remember. But you will get a study guide later in the semester. You will get more information about it later in the semester, but it will be comprehensive, and that will be 200 points. Your personal growth portfolio is your main huge capstone project for the course, and this will basically demonstrate everything that has happened in these 4 months that we've shared together. So where you were, who you are, what your goals are, what you've learned, what skills you still want to acquire, how this course has changed you and affected you, and those types of things. It's a continuous process, so please don't look at this as when I get to the end of the semester, when it's due, I start putting this together. The most effective way to do this, and the way that's going to make the most sense, is to contribute little bits here and there throughout the whole course of the semester. In other words, each week when you post, those insights or those questions or those skills or those aha moments, as I like to call them, those are things that will inform what your final presentation looks like. So file those away each and every week. The activities that you complete, if one really resonates with you or one really makes an impact, file that away. Make sure that you're contributing the entire semester so that it's comprehensive of your entire journey, instead of at the very end going, oh my gosh, what did we talk about week 1 and what impact did that have? And it's a lot harder that way. So please try to be diligent about incorporating the entire semester into that project. And then finally, the quizzes. We will have quizzes in this course. There will be 5. They will be pop quizzes, as much as an online course can have pop quizzes. And what that means is that week, so if it's this week, week 1, if you have a pop quiz this week, you will get an email and an announcement on Friday afternoon at noon that the pop quiz has been made available. You will have until Sunday midnight, same deadline as the normal deadline for the week, to complete that pop quiz. You will have 5 minutes to complete it. It will only be on the chapter for that week. So this week it would only be over chapter 1, and you'll have 5 minutes. A lot of students initially say, oh my gosh, how can I take a quiz in 5 minutes? There are only 4 or 5 questions, and if you have read the material, it does not take long to enter a few words to answer each question in 5 minutes. So the intent behind that is, I want to make sure that you're reading. I want to make sure that you're really getting into the material, you're diving in, you're paying attention to what you're reading. So to that end, the quizzes, for the most part, will not cover main concepts, main terms, the bolded words in the text. It's really easy to skim through and note those 10 or so words and think that you're prepared for the quiz. I want you reading each and every page of that chapter. I want you digesting it and really processing it. So therefore, most of the quizzes will have questions that are primarily comprised of very specific details from the chapters. And until you prepare yourself for that, that can be frustrating because you feel like, I really learned the main terms and you're choosing to ask me questions that are really insignificant in the grand scheme of the chapter as a whole. But that's the way that I'm ensuring that you're reading and that you're really digesting and paying attention as you go through that chapter. So just prepare ahead of time. You need to read very thoroughly and very purposefully, that you pay attention to those smaller details, because that's going to make up the majority of those quiz questions. All right, there's your grading criteria. You can see total of 1,000 points for the course. Here's our course schedule. The only 2 or 3 things I want to mention there. The 4th week of this semester, which is the week beginning September 15th, there will be no class. I have a proposal for my doctorate that I will be preparing for and then presenting, and so you get the benefit of that with no class. That means you do not need to post, you do not need to do activities, reflections, you don't need to read. It is truly a week off completely, so it's not just that, only part of the class does not continue, it's the entire week is off. So we will continue with chapter 4 that following week. Your communication essay is due October 26th at midnight, and like I said before, it's toward the end of the semester. And then your final presentation is due November 30th at midnight, at the very, very end of the semester, the last week. And then our final will be completed by December 7th at midnight. And you will have that entire week to take that exam whenever you feel prepared and ready and your schedule permits. So you will have from that 1st through the 7th to complete that final. Okay, and just a little bit more information about those 2 major assignments. The personal growth presentation, as I said, it represents the entire course, the journey, the progress, the growth. And I've worked really hard and been very diligent about making sure that on these 2 major assignments, you have a rubric and a very specific outline to follow. I never want students to feel that they don't know what is expected of them or what needs to be included to, fulfill the requirement of the assignment. So this is kind of your guide. And the planning guide here, this big paragraph, lots of questions there, and that's designed to just really kind of get you to brainstorm, really help you begin to think about what that portfolio is going to look like, what is going to go into it, what elements are going to be part of that for you. And so that will kind of help the process begin if you look at those questions. And it will be evaluated in 4 areas, which are listed there, and you'll see that in the next outline in just a minute. I've had students toward the end of the semester who I think are scrambling to get this done ask me, is this just a paper No, it is absolutely not a paper. If you turn in a paper, you fail the assignment. This is a portfolio, it's a presentation, a virtual scrapbook, if you will. This is not just text. This is creativity, and it's representative of your personality, and it has personal photos and clip art and cartoons and quotes and color and things that represent who you are and what you're passionate about and what this journey has meant to you. So this is a really creative and fun and engaging type of assignment, and I almost liken it to like the All About Me projects when we were in elementary school that we haven't done in years, where you really just get to showcase who you are and what you're all about. That's what this is meant to be. And so it will require you to spend some time thinking and processing and all of those things, and all of that contributes to the effect that this course has in the long run. So a really neat project. I love, love, love getting these projects. And one of the benefits of taking this course online, when I taught this face-to-face, students presented this to the course, to the class at the end of the course. Because this is an online assignment, you will be emailing it directly to me or posting it only to where I can see it. And so you can be a little bit more vulnerable, you can be a little bit more honest than maybe you would feel comfortable doing in front of other students. I'm the only one that will see it. So I really encourage you to spend some time and just really process this and think through it and make sure that it really is reflective of what happened this semester for you. Okay, so here's your outline as promised, broken down into 3 sections: the introduction, your skills, and then your summary. And point values, A, B, C, D, E, if you provide all of that information, that's exactly what I'm looking for, and that's how you earn your points for the assignment. So those who have struggled the most with this assignment have either forgotten to reference the syllabus outline at all and just done whatever they wanted to do and therefore did not meet the requirements, or they interpreted it in their own way instead of going through, okay, what will my presentation represent? Let me answer that question. I want to describe my values. I want to describe my significant life experiences. Rather than doing that, they didn't go in order. They were very vague with what they discussed. It was very hard to even know if they answered the questions, and then they had to justify why this answer represented that question. So please just be very purposeful in following the outline, including everything that I'm asking for, and then it's a lot easier to go about that when we grade and when we are at the end of the semester. And then finally, your additional points. You're going to have creativity, organization, and references that are included in there as well for point values. And then finally, the communication essay is the last major assignment, and again, you have your outline here. So 1 through 7, including your points values there, and you will basically look at this first paragraph, and that kind of gives you the general components that are going to be required. So a basic description of what happened and the roles and actual dialogue and descriptions. So that kind of gives you the overview, and then here's your specific outline to follow. And again, just follow those 7 points, and that's what's expected of you, about 2 to 3 pages, etc. So that is the overview of the course. I am really, really looking forward to it. I can't wait to start interacting on the discussion forums and reading your posts. If you have any questions as a result of going through the syllabus and hearing this lecture video or summary video, wow, none of that came out well. If you have any questions, you can either post in the question forum or you can email me, and I'll be more than happy to give you any further clarification or answer any questions about that. And I think this is going to be a great course, a really worthwhile course. I've had students tell me that it was the most significant and meaningful course in their entire college career. So I hope that that is true for you. The content is amazing, and it truly is a course that will benefit every area of your life if you invest the time in it. So I think it's going to be great. I'm really excited about it, and I will see you very soon in Lecture 1. Bye.